Hey, yo, it's Loki Sapfoot. This is The Problem with Everything. I'm going to play a track by a band. I think they're from Salt Lake City. They're called Babble Rabbit. I don't know if they're still around. They were around a few years ago, and Seth Walker, who is a cool slam poet that we did a couple shows with back in the day, he gave me their CD, and I'm going to play a track. It's by Babble Rabbit, and it's called... the fuck is it called? Hold on. It's called Scald Scurvy by Babble Rabbit. Word. I find it helps if you push record, generally speaking.
I believe Tenacious D would totally agree with you on that point.
Yeah? Is this documented?
In the movie? In the movie, they like have
Pick of Destiny?
Yeah, they have a sweet jam, and then he's like, "You didn't press." I know it's from the TV show. Maybe it's from both, but definitely remember the TV show. You always press record. Kyle.
Well, luckily, I've pressed record now.
Kyle Gass was here this weekend.
Here in this room?
You
should have interviewed him while he was here.
Yeah. Well, he was just like, "Do you have a bathroom?" And then he said something about having to quarter soldiers in your house or something.
Is that still on the books? Is that law still?
I don't know.
No, he was here. He performed. What did he?
I forget what he performed in. If it was like the Kyle Gass project, not the Guile Cast. Totally different people.
Guile Cast.
Yeah,
That's the guy's last name from Street Fighter 2. The Sonic Boom. His last name is Cass. Guile Cass.
I was thinking of like a Scandinavian model or something.
He kind of looks like a Scandinavian model, but I believe he's in the United States Air Force. So, God bless the troops. You know what I'm saying? God bless Guile and the rest of the troops.
The rest of the troops. Should we start this nonsense?
Yeah. Did you come up with a name? What'd you guys talk about? For those of you who are just tuning in, which is all of you, because it just started and you're listening to it. This week features an interview with the band Modus Operandi. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
they
said either way, operandi or operandi. Yeah,
It'd be cool if they had opera music in their band and the lead singer was Randy, Modus Operandi. Anyway.
How would you know they were Randy, though? Or do you mean the arousal state? Okay. I mean, not the arousal state of being.
Tag. My name is Randy.
Or could it
he
be
could also constantly touch himself. It could be both. You know? But anyway, during that interview, I myself, Loki Sapfoot, one of your wonderful co-hosts, wasn't available. I had just gotten back from a crazy road trip that involved very little sleep and running over one deer.
Damn.
And so Rob, my other co-host, did the interview. You'll hear that in a bit, right?
Yeah,
is all this information accurate?
We'll throw bits and pieces in there.
Yeah.
Only the juiciest, tastiest morsels of depravity. I don't know. Yes.
Car cured deer juking, cured in the sun, in the air of a 80-mile-per-hour highway.
That's amazing. Was it in Arizona or was it further up?
No, it was in Oregon.
Damn,
US 20 in Oregon.
Damn.
Yeah, it was only. Luckily, we weren't going so fast, but there was like one deer, and I was driving, and then I saw that deer, and I slowed down, and like as I was slowing down, another one like jumped onto the road right in front of me. And I like hit the brakes and swerved to the right and went past it. Like I would have missed it, but he saw the headlights and did like the classic deer in the headlights thing and like turned back around toward the car to like lean in and look at him. And then I like nailed him in the shoulder.
Oh shit.
And he like flipped over the hood. I can still see the look on his face. He's like terrified and like gritting his teeth. Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have ran.
Yeah, and then he ran off.
Oh, he did.
I'm assuming he's not doing so hot.
Oh.
I mean,
it was a pretty hard hit.
I'm not sure if like his shoulder or his side took the brunt of it.
Yeah.
If it's just his shoulder, he'll probably just have a limp.
Right.
So he'll probably get eaten by a coyote or something sooner than
eventually
he would have.
He'll get left behind.
And then if I hit him in the ribs, he's probably pretty fucked. He probably has
puncture wounds from busted
I mean, there was a little
bone
blood
frag.
spatter across the car.
Oh.
It was fairly small, but
Could be from his mouth.
maybe.
From his dumb, stupid mouth and his dumb, stupid head with his dumb, stupid eyes that don't move. Like,
Why
okay,
do
so
they do
that's
that?
that's why deer don't make it to heaven, because they're busy waiting for the light to hit them. They don't try and run to the light. They're just like,
Well, in this case, they should be running from the light.
well, exactly.
How is
Yeah.
a deer supposed to know when to run toward the light of heaven and from the light of...
Because they always just seem to freeze up anyway.
I guess, but do deer go to hell? So really the headlights are the light of heaven. It's just the first light, and then there's another light.
An even brighter one.
So maybe
with a
they're on
louder
top of
chorus.
it. Maybe they see the light, so they stop and stare at it, and it comes to them. That's how you get to deer heaven. Do all deer go to heaven? Is there a movie? Is there an animated film we can reference to answer this question?
There really should be. I don't think so. I think the dumb fucking deer ended up as roadkill deliciousness.
Really, I think that I should be rewarded by both insurance and the rental car company, because my quick swerving avoided totaling their car. You know what I'm saying?
Still drivable.
Yeah, I mean, we drove the rest of the trip with it.
Damn. Was the
Yeah.
bumper all jacked or no?
Yeah, I had to crawl in through the passenger side.
Oh.
The driver's door didn't open because it was smushed. Yeah,
That's some dramatic stuff there, man.
it's pretty crazy.
Well, good. I'm glad we had a story to
And
start
then
off.
that fucking later that night,
Yeah.
after this was already a day that had planned 17 hours of driving in it. That was
Mhm.
the plan.
Right.
So at about 2 a.m, the GPS that we got, apparently it was set on the shortest distance and not the shortest time.
Yeah.
So it took us over the most treacherous ass motherfucking mountain pass through the Three Sisters Mountains in Oregon, and like 2 a.m. I'm like trying to like focus. It took us like 2 hours to go 30 miles through this crazy road.
Damn.
Because I had to go so slow, because it was crazily windy with the huge drop off on the side
Right.
and rocks in the road and like fucking crazy. It was kind of awesome, but it was kind of like, fuck this, I'm exhausted, I hit a deer, you know, I'm tired, I want to sleep.
Right.
So,
Wow. Thanks a lot, Maps. Thanks a lot for sending one through the most dangerous area ever. We almost hit a deer when we were on the road. That thing just like stopped and I honked at it, and Caleb was like, "Don't honk at it! It's just gonna make it jump in the middle of the road." And I was like, "Oh, well, if I heard something loud coming at me, I'd probably want to get away from it." But
not stupid
Not
goddamn motherfucking deer.
stupid dead-eyed deer, dead-eyed doe. All right. Well, I think I might have a good title then,
Yeah.
based on that. I think that was a great story.
Alright, what's the title of this week's podcast?
All
How
right.
about we do the
Let's do
classic intro?
Okay, here we go.
Today,
Today, Wednesday, August 5th, 2015. Roadkill Cuisine and Rockstars, or The Problem with Everything. I'm your co-host, Holiday Rob,
I'm Loki Sapfoot.
and we're going to feature an interview I did on Monday of the band Modus Operandi, which if we haven't already said something about it, we're going to say it one more time, or we can drop it somewhere else. I don't know who runs this
I don't know
show.
what the fuck.
Things just happen.
Whatever we want to do.
Whatever comes to mind. Like today I was watching Spring Breakers. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie at all. It's with James Franco and a couple of Disney chicks.
I'm vaguely familiar. I don't really, care. But how was it?
It was it had its moments. It's shot beautifully. Like, it looks amazing. It's shot on film, which is a rarity these days. I would love to shoot on film. I've shot on 16 millimeter, but
It seems so scary. Everything is so.
no, you don't get to screw around.
Yeah.
It's not just like some leave the camera on, hope for the best. But anyway, it was written and directed by Harmony Korine, who wrote Kids. If you've ever seen the movie Kids.
Yeah, it makes me not want to watch. Not that Kids is bad. I'm glad I watched it, but I don't want to watch it again. It's like Requiem for a Dream.
How old were you when you watched Kids?
About 18.
Oh, really? You didn't?
Yeah.
You saw it later on?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think I was like 15 or 16 when I saw it. And I was like, holy shit. It just like blew my mind. It was like a summer where I watched that for the first time. Kevin Smith. Mallrats. I think maybe Trainspotting. I had it up that summer. I like rented all these movies. I think I still have the receipt because it was like, this is...
Little Rob was like, I'm ready to learn about the world.
Right? through the art of cinema. But yeah, so Harmony Korine did that. He did something, The Donkey Boy. Wow, I can't believe I can't remember it. Gummo.
Donkey Boy.
Gummo, where he had, like, I don't know. He's like...
Is that a clown thing?
No, it's these like Tennessee kids like huffing glue.
What is wrong with this asshole? What is his deal?
I don't know. He's totally... I think he's really interesting. I remember I had forgotten until I heard an interview recently of him. He did this. He was doing this one movie where he was going around starting fights, and and so like that was the film.
It's like Jackass meets like Sacha Baron Cohen.
But this was like back in, I want to say like 95 or 96 when I heard about this, and he never like finished that film. He was like, I forgot how short fights are, you know, because they're talking about the position he gets put in, which is like you have to start a fight with somebody, but you can't, you know, like punch them back. So if they like beat the shit out of you, like they beat the shit out of you. And he said a couple times he just did like 3 in one day because he's like, you're already raggedy and beat up. Like why wait a day when you don't feel as bad to like get in another fight? Like, I don't know. These are logistics you think about. And his idea was like that it was supposed to be like Buster Keaton-esque, you know? Like just this physical comedy, this like you see repetition of violence so much it'll make you laugh. But
I could see that.
He said the opposite happened. But I think if you cut it together right, it might work, you know?
So this guy just filmed himself getting his ass kicked for
yeah,
a movie?
Yeah. That he never finished or released.
Make a short film. Like, I'll watch like 10 to 12 minutes of that.
It would be amazing, right?
It seems good. Yeah.
I know.
That's basically what America's Funniest Home Videos is, right? Just people getting hurt for...
Well, have you ever seen those... there's these like Prank the Hood or ghetto pranks or whatever, and it's like these white kids going around like starting fights with like black dudes in the hood. Like,
seems like a really good idea.
It's
brilliant.
So
did they wear blackface while they do it? It's like the only thing that could make it better.
Right. Well, they do get racist. Like they do say racist things.
Obviously, the whole concept is racist.
But
Let's go fight black people. It doesn't get much more like literally.
No, they're pranking them though, man. They're just pranking. It's just harmless pranks that then those guys get. No, I don't know, but it's definitely not doing a whole lot for race relations. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they're no ambassadors. That's for sure.
They're like, man, it's the same thing, like poking a lion. Why wouldn't you do that and film it? I don't want to say there's any implications to the thing you just said, but yeah. So the interview with Modus Operandi, just to like totally pull it a different direction, was pretty good. All 5 of them came in.
Wow. Sounds like you had a crowded space.
It was pretty tight in here and loud, and everybody was eating because it was like
oh, perfect. Yeah. It was like all the perfect storm of a podcast.
Right.
Murphy's Law.
We also had beer then, so
that probably helped.
Yeah, that always helps. It's like
usually
it's like the thing. But we've had Jackie on, Jackie Gillespie on the show.
Back in the day.
On the show.
If you were lucky enough to hear it or download it, which you probably weren't, but maybe.
Half a year ago, but you can still check it out.
It was that long ago?
You can check out the...
Waffle.
Well,
almost,
close, yeah. You can check out a video of her live performance at my YouTube, which is Media Icons, but it's all one word, and Icons is with a K and a Z. Throwing it back to the 90s, man.
So it's MEDIAIKONZ.
Yeah.
All right.
I've never had the heart to change it. Like, it's one of those poor decisions you make as a teenager, and then you're just like, well, shit, I guess this is what I'm going with for good now.
I guess that Limp Bizkit tattoo is going to be there forever. Better start making jokes now, because...
I'm just glad I didn't tattoo Juggalo face makeup on me.
Wonder how many people have that, like, on their face. I mean, at least 100, right?
There's definitely a lot of neck tattoos. I'm sure there's, like, Hatchet Man tattoos out there.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of those, but I'm saying, like, the actual makeup of the clown posse on your face. Couple dudes have to have that.
Right. It's creepy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, not creepy because they look creepy, just creepy because, like, I like things, you know? I enjoy lots of stuff. I believe in some shit, but probably not going to tattoo it on my face ever.
Yeah. I believe the bass player from Korn has a tattoo on his face of Jesus.
Oh, wow. Brian had
No, the other one. Fieldy, the bass player.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it might have actually been fake for a music video now that I think about it, but I can't remember. But the other story I heard is that when Head, who got all religious and left...
Aftermath.
Yeah, he came back to the band, and I guess he convinced Fieldy how awesome Jesus is, and then Fieldy got Jesus on the cross tattooed, like, on half of his face. But I think that might not be true. It might be a music video. Someone out there should look that up if you give a shit.
I'm actually looking it up right now. It looks kind of real. That looks like a cross on his face.
Yeah, I think it is real.
Israel?
Wow. That was a fucking Freudian, biblical Freudian, full-on. Yeah. Anyway, do we have anything else to say before we throw it to Rob and the Modus Operandi kids?
I think that's it. Quietly Kept will be performing on August 14th at Marble West Side, the Marble Tap Room on the West Side. I think it's the 14th. It's Friday. Probably early. Get there around 6 if you want to check us out. If you don't.
August 14th, you say?
I think so. Is that a Friday?
Whatever is around that and is a Friday.
Is a Friday.
It'll be.
We like to keep our dates and facts, super sharp.
Yeah, the 14th is a Friday for sure. That's next Friday.
That's next Friday. So that was really the only. Oh, and I released Epic's video that we shot together.
Sweet. Where's that at?
That's on YouTube. That's also on my
Media Icons. MEDIAIKONZ. Yeah.
On the unfortunately named.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I kind of like it. But then again, I like Limp Bizkit and Cottonmouth King, so I wouldn't I?
Well, okay, so I'm going to go into the story of it real quick, super short. But, you've seen Hackers, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's those two dudes that, run the TV show.
I don't really remember.
But, they're a couple of dudes, and they're kind of, they almost have, kabuki makeup, which is funny because they're Asian. But,
okay. So they're like the hacker clown posse?
Kinda.
Asian hacker clown posse?
But they do, TV stuff. They, hijack TV stations and put on their own show every whatever day. And so they talk about being media icons, and I was just like, yeah, that's kind of cool. And then I was like, but then we can, desecrate the word by misspelling it. And
you
then,
rebel.
Right, I know.
Man, and then Rob didn't give a fuck, clearly.
He was into irony hardcore. He was eating irony
kids.
Kids.
Didn't care who was offended by his misspelling of words.
Irony kids. Irony bread. Irony kids bread.
Irony enriched.
Yep.
With vitamin fuck.
No, don't give a fuck. Or what's a fuck?
Plenty of fucklessness.
So yeah, you can check that out. That was awesome shooting Epic's video for a track called Cold Crush. His album should be out, yo. I'm doing his hype man thing here, it's like that guy you see in the parking lot, and he's like, yo brother, you want to check out my mixtape? I got it right here in the trunk of my car, come on. Yeah. You're like, oh shit.
I bought one of those ones. Wasn't good.
No, not so much.
I'm not saying none of them would be good, but this particular gentleman's CD that he sold me out of his trunk, not so good.
Not so good, huh?
No.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
It's hard out there, man. Especially if you don't have an Apple store to record your shit at.
Yeah. Word. All right. Enjoy interview Modus Operandi, and we'll be back to talk to you briefly, probably, maybe, in a few minutes. And if not, we'll see you next week-ish on the problem with motherfucking everything.
Peace. Hello, everybody. This is my radio voice. It's really loud. It's probably loud. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll just whisper. Shh. Hey guys. Hey guys. We're doing some music buttons. Yeah.
Music
yeah.
buttons?
I guess I don't know. Intros. There's weird terms for things.
Rob, press the music buttons.
Press the button now. So hey, I'm Holiday Rob. You're listening to the problem with the problem with everything. Hey.
How the hell are you?
Hey. Hey there. Hey you. Hey you listening to this right now. This is Holiday Rob. You're listening to the problem with everything.
Right. Back off the mic. It's so loud.
Oh, sorry. Hey you. Hey you. Hey you.
Hey.
This is Holiday Rob. You're listening to the problem with everything. Right now, at this second.
Right now. Well,
it's happening. Yeah, in a second.
In a second.
We have a hip-hop artist, Epic. His track Cold Crush from the album Perseverance, which is like everywhere right now, I guess. Apparently, Amazon, CD Baby,
get that shit.
iTunes. Check him out. Epic, or Epic Beats. You can also check him out on YouTube. I shot a video for him recently. This is the track from that video, Cold Crush.
Word.
Peace.
Thank you.
Damn. I wish.
I wish, right? She doesn't call anymore.
This goes to you.
This is Holiday Rob. I'm with Modus Operandi. We're going to start from left to right. How about that? We'll start with Jackie. Just introduce yourself, what you do in the band.
Okay, I'm Jackie Gillespie, and I'm the vocalist.
I'm Jordan Moore. I'm the drummer.
I'm Larry Carter. I'm the bassist.
Daniel Rotman, the rhythm guitarist.
I'm Zach Chavez, and I'm the guitar player, lead guitar player.
Yeah,
The guitar player.
I was just all like, I'm just good.
You want to be less douchey today?
The guitar player.
Player. I diddle around on the guitar every now and then.
Oh, he's diddling guitars, everybody. Careful. So, I real quick want to talk about how your show was at Burt's on Saturday. Wanted to come out, but I had a wedding and I was pretty drunk and I couldn't make it back from Nambe in time. But how'd that go?
Really good. It was a really exciting time. We had never played with those two bands before.
Are they both out of town or?
No, they're local. They're local. Silent Crush and Marma. And yeah, it went really good. I mean, we had a good turnout. We had a good set. We had a lot of people up front. And
who didn't turn off their phone? It was me.
Oh man, it's always someone's always.
It's only been 30 years since they've been invented, bro.
How do you work this thing?
Damn, it's been that long.
The old
Cell phones, yeah.
Was the turnout pretty good?
Yeah, it was a good turnout. It was we had some people on the side of the stage, and yeah, we had a good turnout. I mean, we had a good gig.
For being free cover and everything and all,
Yeah.
It was pretty packed. Everyone in the front and drinking all the whole time too. It was a big turnout show.
It's like a safe bet to play at Bird's because, I mean, let's say you play a show there and you didn't really promote it. I mean, that's not very good for you, for your band. I mean, that's a shitty thing to do. But, I mean, you will get people there because it's downtown, you know?
Right.
So if you play at like an isolated bar, you really have to promote to get people there. And so I think that's like a fail-safe with Bird's.
It's kind of like a shotgun, you know? Like, you can miss and still hit something.
There you go.
Spray and pray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite venue? I'm gonna try and get a little bit of this from like left to right. Just a favorite venue, Jackie.
Pressure's on. Shoot. Well, I guess I'd have to say Duke City, just because it's like the cleanest. I think I said that last time. It kind of is.
They have
like,
good sound too. They have really good sound.
Great bathrooms, you know.
very clean.
It's
Yeah.
very white. I'm kind of like torn between two because Burt's and Launchpad have been so far our best shows that we have our best turnaround.
You know, I actually like sneakers, because there's actually always a group of people at sneakers.
They're eating.
And that might be the case, but, you know, I think it's you get a little more diversified crowd, because people who would normally not come there for music might be exposed to our music and like it. Instead of like, some people who goes to a different venue, they're there to see a band, and they're already predisposed, they're already there, they know who they want to listen to, but it just gives an opportunity for people who normally don't listen to us, or maybe are there with their families, to listen to us, and we get fresh airs. That's why I like sneakers.
Sweet.
Nice.
It's a good reason.
They're not open anymore, but Malarkey's, we had some pretty good times. So definitely some interesting stories there, some characters there, but it was definitely some fun
We played
playing
a lot
there.
of bands and made a lot of friends during that
Yeah,
time.
so that's my place, I'd have to say.
I'd have to say Launchpad,
Yeah.
only because that's the first place I ever played, So I've been to a bunch of shows there, and to just have that as your first venue, wanting to play there all the time.
It's pretty freaking sweet, bro.
Except
Yeah,
when
it's
they boot
a
your car.
sweet deal. It was a guerrilla music show, so it was a pay to play. Band was just starting out, so we were like, let's just do a show, Let's just
you could turn out
take
on that show anyways too. So
And there
that
were
is
a
pretty
crap
cool.
ton of people there, so it was less about pay to play and more just to like get a show out, because
Right.
we had a bunch of music we wanted to play. And
So how did this all come together? How did the Modus come to be?
That's a long story.
Where do we start?
I think it needs to go to Dan on that one to
All
explain.
right. Well, the first part of the band started out almost like a cover band, and basically, as me and some friends used to play Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Finally, we got bored of it, and it's like, let's actually do the real deal. I played guitar for a little bit. Our guy who played drums was in the band, and then from there we just started just a cover band. And then after a while, we found Zach. We added him in there because he was an amazing soloist, and he can pretty much pick up any song.
So who was it originally? Just core
It
members?
was mainly me. There's the original members are no one in here.
They moved on.
We've upgraded it quite a bit. Yeah, so
They all had kids and got suit jobs.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
I don't want to talk dirty on the radio.
But yeah, after that, added Zach, and then we wanted to start doing some original music. And right away, one of our members didn't want to do that. He wanted to do covers, so we had to get a new drummer.
Yeah.
And that's how we found Jordan. How did you get into the band after that?
Well, I was in a previous band a while back and played with your guys' at your house. It was just like, oh, let's just play at some guy's house. So we're like, okay. And then this is how we met you, Dan and Zach. And I did guitar actually during that time, and then that was literally like the only gig I did with them. And then I ended up
He's kind of
leaving.
like a David Grohl of the band.
Sure.
Kind of flip flop though.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, from being a lead guitar over to going to the drummer instead. From that, yeah, it's kind of an odd step. But damn it, I hate you. But, yeah,
I'm kind of
like-
glad that happened too.
Yeah,
because
it
I get to use your Gibson SG now, so
Yeah, you get to use my guitar instead.
That deserves a damn
But
I really appreciate that.
yeah.
So yeah.
Well, like, yeah, just came over and played, and I love the part. It's just like, he left his drum kit at my place. We actually have him. Yes! So, that was I don't know, a great moment. Great.
So
After that, though, then we had issues with our bass player. He was not progressing a lot, and then we ended up finding a good friend, Larry, on it, too. So
That was funny. It actually started out like a joke. It was on Facebook. I had played. The whole thing about me playing bass was actually pretty jacked up, actually. So I went through a divorce, and Jordan, like a couple months before, was like, hey, yeah, it's the best time to learn guitar is through Heartache. So I was like, all
True
right,
story.
so
True story.
I'll pick up guitar, and a good friend of ours who played in the band where he used to play in was all like, I asked him some advice to say, well, what should I pick up and play? Should I play rugged guitar or bass? He's like, yeah, you should play bass. And I thought that was the most absolute racist thing I ever heard in my life, because then I really like playing the bass, and that only black people should play bass. So I was just like, I hate you.
you're just like the you're just the
I went downstairs in my basement,
You willed it upon me, and
I saw it and I immediately started playing, because I had one down there. No, but I actually like playing. It was pretty cool. And then Dan posted on Facebook, because I've been to a couple of Modus's gigs and helped them load their stuff off stage, to watch, my best friend Jordan play. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll try out. And Dan's like, sure, come on down. I was like, oh god, I was just joking. So I went to one practice, and I just started playing, learned a song.
that was it. It was
And
love
that was
it.
part of that Launchpad gig, huh? That I had to learn.
All the
Like
songs?
all the songs that said, Dan came over to my house and helped me learn
Crash course on Modus.
Yep.
all the whole set. And
Modus for idiots. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
it was all she wrote after that.
Right on.
And then we got Jackie.
Yep. We let our previous lead singer go, and I knew Jackie through a music ad that she put out, and so I was like, hey, I know a really good singer who can actually, you know, progress with us.
Keep
and
up with this.
take it
madness.
seriously, you know. She doesn't mess around. So we got her on board, and we had a good set going in like a couple weeks. You know, we had a pretty quick progression at it. She wrote some lyrics to a song called Avalanche that we have, and I heard her sing it, and I was like, yeah, we shouldn't have any problems. Yeah, it should be good.
This will work out. The stars aligned.
So
It turns out to be one of our popular songs too.
Yeah.
So how long would you say you've been in this form, I guess?
About a year.
it'll be a year this month.
Awesome.
Aw.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Group hug time?
No. They're all hugging each other right now. You can't see that. But,
Yeah,
there's a lot of crying and
definitely.
hands patting back.
Emotional tears
Something.
right
I can see Jordan getting all teary-eyed right now.
Dude.
I think that's allergies.
It's out.
Got something in my eye, man. It's really hot in here. Awesome. So we're gonna go from left to right again. Influences, starting with Jackie.
Can we go right to left?
Okay. Yeah. No, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Think about it.
All right. Well, how about first come, first serve?
Okay.
Influences.
Influences. I'm pretty weird. I like Creed. I grew up in the '90s, so you know I listened to a lot of
us did.
alternative. Well, I was older than you. I'm the oldest one in the band.
How old are you, Larry?
33 tomorrow. So I grew up listening to like a lot of alternative, but Jordan actually turned me on to a genre I didn't know I really liked, was pop punk. So like bands like Chunk, No Captain Chunk, Closure Moscow, Pierce Veil, even Fall Out Boy, just like a lot of like like poppy stuff. I do like happy music, but that's how I like the jam. So
Right. Fast, sing-songy.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like more upbeat.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He likes happy.
He always tried to turn me to the dark side. Larry, I need you to play sad or okay.
I want you to go a little bit more emo on this one. I don't like your positivity right now. It's bringing me down.
So yeah, I had to widen my variety, but for the most part, like classic rock, like Queen and Styx and Journey, of course. I like a lot of their play styles and the way they put the music together. So might not be as eclectic as maybe Jordan or Zach, but
I started out with a lot of blues. I started out playing, basic stuff, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, David Gilmour, Pink Floyd. So I definitely learned the simple blues structure from an early age, and I think that helped me, write songs better. I knew just a basic structure to a song. 12-bar blues, it's not a hard concept, but a lot of people can do it. I mean, there's a lot of, there's a formula to it, so if you get that down, then it just makes things easier in the long run. I learned a lot of AC/DC when I was first learning guitar because they use a lot of open chords, and I always felt like that was a good introduction into just playing different switches, different chords, and things like that. So
Not barring everything.
yeah,
Not doing
just
bar
letting your
chords.
guitar ring, with the open chords. So that was another thing that I really appreciated from Angus Young, and so that's another big influence on me. I always liked his guitar too. I mean, I always played a Telecaster, and it's this hunkin' piece of wood, bolt-on neck, and
Right.
an SG is just like this streamlined, nice neck with binding, and so even the guitar, and then it had nice little lightning bolt inlays in it too, so that
Awesome.
sweetened the deal. But yeah, definitely, I like all kinds of music. I'm influenced by everything. Paul Simon, I like a lot of his stuff. He traveled the world and studied tribal music in different different countries, and just he plays a lot of stuff that I appreciate as well. So But I do appreciate 80s power metal and thrash and, you know.
So with that in mind, like as far as criticism goes, have you ever received any like from outside of the band?
Yeah, I mean,
what's that? Spotify? What do we do?
Reverb Nation.
Reverb Nation?
Yeah, I mean,
We got
They,
listeners and stuff like that. and
people are always gonna hate your music no matter what. I
Right.
mean, it's just one of those things when you put yourself out there. There's gonna be a group
They
that
just don't like you.
yeah. So I
it
mean,
goes both ways though. Either ways too. Like we have people that just really love. Like when we first did Avalanche and put it out, people really loved it.
yeah.
On some other things too, and there's no ones who are like, oh, it sounds so repetitive and blah 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 like this on there. But I'm just all like,
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Like
exactly. You're gonna have, I really just to say shit thrown at you in all directions. Don't matter.
you know, a good balance is we should do a really overcomplicated song, and then right next to
Simple
it, do a
Chicka,
really
chicka,
simple
chicka.
one, and then
Chicka,
that
chicka,
guy will
chicka.
be like, ah, damn it, what do I tell him now?
I think for the most part we're like pretty well received. You know, if people do not like us, I think they tend to keep it to themselves because I haven't heard too much. You know, like
Negativity. You know?
Yeah.
too much negativity. You know, if they don't like their music, then they probably just like, oh, it's cool, but it's kind of like it's not my thing, or it may not be their genre because.
Yeah.
We're definitely, you know, different than most of the bands that play here in town.
When we were at Loki's not here tonight, but he would have been here, except that he was coming back from Oregon and hit a deer, so he's like
Oh,
dealing
wow.
with that. Everybody's cool. I mean, like everybody's,
Oh,
as
shit.
far as I know, is fine. But we were in Batwings for Lab Rats together, and so we used to have this like symbol, the Bat Rat, on all the stickers, and people would start like drawing dicks on them, and you know, all
yeah.
kinds of.
I actually remember that from Phil. Phil used to do that all the time and show you that. I remember that.
Yep. You put yourself out there, make yourself a target, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
I don't think it would really
You
matter.
can enjoy the shit out of what you do.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I mean, you're enjoying it, right?
It's,
Like-
it's
Definitely.
exactly. If you don't like what you're putting out and playing on it, no one's gonna really like it. And if you don't really love the music you're putting out,
There's no
there's
point in
no
doing
point
it.
to have what people say against you on your music. It's something you love and you created. It's your child, pretty much. And whether it got hit by a brick or it actually got full of flowers and petals, don't matter.
I
So-
think no matter how like stressed or anal retentive I think we are in the studio, I think when we play live, like we have a lot of fun. You know, more than anything else. Like even if we miss a note or that chorus didn't go well, you know, we all generally have a lot of fun on stage.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most rewarding. Like even if we play to a full crowd and we play to 3 people in front, and I think it doesn't matter to us.
You know,
we
I
still
think
have
if,
fun either way.
I think if this music thing doesn't work out, we might have a career in comedy, maybe.
Definitely
Zach,
you do, man.
you Zach.
just the shenanigans that have gone on.
The modus operandi.
Yeah, definitely.
Show.
Definitely a lot of shit giving between
Make it
members,
sound like
but it's
acrobats
in a
on that
loving
now.
way. It's in a loving way. We
Yeah, it
do
gets
it.
out of hand in practice.
It's like mental ninja moves. You gotta be one step ahead.
But that kind of works. If you're going to collaborate artistically, you kind of have to be able to like put up with the fucking people you deal with on the regular,
yeah.
right? I mean, you got to like them at least.
No.
Definitely.
You know?
Why
Why do you think I'm in the bathroom so much? I got to get away from these fuckers.
The one person I think I get upset at the most of the band is actually Zach.
Yeah.
Is like, and not because like you know, like I'm actually mad at him. Like he'll have like a good point, or you know, I really defer like most of the experience to him because like guy plays really really well. So when he's like, oh, you should do more like this, I'm like, freaking. I want to play different. So, you know, like I want to play that way. So I think if I get frustrated, I'm like, oh, come on, let's just play a song. All right, and then like you know, I just get rid of your ego. and
yeah.
deal with it. So
Yeah.
there's times where I'm just all like a little sour, like I want to play different.
Larry, you've been spreading your wings lately, Larry, and we love it. So
Like I don't know, Dan loves this song. There's that one song in the band like you said you just don't like. And there's that one guy that really really likes it.
I think every band has that, though. I mean, every member in every band has that one song where you're like, God damn it, this song again.
Like,
Yeah, it's like
that's how Avalanche kind of is for me. I gotta admit.
What?
Dude, Cinder's
But-
definitely turned into that for me. Like, after recording it, so like vocally, just so many times, I'm like, I'm tired
Yeah.
of this.
You got tired of it by doing it 2 times. You're like, I'm done.
It's just one of those songs now. It's like everyone, like, when we play it, it's like,
Yeah.
that's like the song now.
But that's-
Just be happy you don't structure the
That
song
comes
and
with
then
the
you just mess it
territory.
up.
I
Especially
mean-
if you're doing it with cassette recording. Man, forget that.
I'm not saying it's bad, but as my particular part in the song, it's really repetitive.
Right.
So, but then, Dan was like, hey, that means you can jump around stage and do more stuff and have fun. So I make it my habit of, like, staring at Dan while I'm playing the song, to have fun during the song.
Killing him with kindness and
So,
my music.
so I learned how to have
Yeah.
fun with the song instead of,
Right.
like, looking at it just negative, like, I don't like this song.
I mean, there are like moments though when you're on stage and you're playing something, and then all of a sudden you kind of zone out. You're like, oh man, I gotta go do this tomorrow at the post office.
Oh my god, I was looking at the post office.
Huh?
Never again.
I've done that. Like, what do I do there again?
It's like over there, they're like, hey, Jordan, okay, you can play your drums. I'm like, all right, but you gotta play really, really, really quiet. Like, what? Yeah, really quiet. I had to go buy like some hot rod sticks so I could play quiet during
yeah.
that thing. And that was just
That was
awful.
a fun gig.
I was so glad they had a TV though during that. I just watched. I just played the songs on there, and then you guys were like, Jordan, I was like, that was so good, Jordan. I was like, I was just watching ESPN.
I shake my head at Jordan. You was all like,
I had to,
Yeah, I know. I didn't even
Yeah,
make
real
I didn't
talent.
even make eye contact with you guys. I was just
yeah.
playing.
Autopilot.
It's because we were basically shoulder to shoulder, but I had to play my guitar like mariachi style that gig. It was like up to the neck.
We were on on a carpet, literally, like an 8x11
It was
carpet.
definitely
That's
It's
a
all of us
weird
damn near
show.
on it.
yeah, it was quite an experience to play in such a small area.
Tight little. It's like being in here right now.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
would rather play
it's,
in here.
Yeah, it'd probably be a lot more fun.
it was quite an experience because I mean, when you play that close, that cramped, and they're like it's a business with audience members. It's just
Got little
It's
children
just-
running
it's-
around. It was quite.
I felt like I was at Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things where if you invited by a peace rock band, I mean, if you're not prepared to accommodate them, then because like we got there and he's like, "Are you gonna use your amps?"
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Those
You're
are
like, you're gonna
mind
use your amps. I'm like,
powers.
what?
I-
You can't use them. You gotta go directly in. I'm like, what?
I went in there and he
Wow.
asked me. He's like, "Are you gonna use your amp?" And I literally gave him the Forrest Whitaker eye. It was that bad. So
does not compute.
I tell everybody. I break the news. I'm like, "Hey, so this guy wants us to play like an elevator music set. I guess he wants us to play, but we have to do it really, really quiet."
Really?
And everyone's like, "What the? Is this a joke?" But we made it. It was fun, and
There's a lot of weirdos out there.
We're in Rio Rancho.
We played at the Dam Bar while it was still open.
Oh, okay.
And then, what was that?
The
Oh,
that
yeah.
hookah place, Fusion Kings?
Yeah.
Fusion Keys was actually pretty cool.
I had fun there.
You know,
that
Fusion
was,
Keys was actually kind of
that was definitely
There's a lot of
fun.
little kids all getting hopped up on hookah, but it was pretty neat.
yeah, it was a nice gig. Where else in Rio Rancho have we played? Oh, at the
The Dam Bar.
Rio Rancho High.
I already said that.
Oh, when we played out for the
Yeah.
4th of July?
Yeah, we played that. Yeah,
Oh.
the field.
That
Jackie
was
played
the
that.
Why didn't we
worst
do anything this year?
show
for the
that I'd
tour?
ever played.
Yeah, Jackie, you were
Oh
playing
my
that
God.
show too.
Not with us
No,
No,
she
you
was
guys
solo.
went on way later. I went on first, like the first person.
I was
And I
was
basically
there
only
watching her,
played
like,
for
the
just
beginning.
my mom and my dad, and like, Zach, you were there,
Mhm.
so it was like,
You
it
go
was
walking
like
across
5
the
You
people. are
just
playing
described
to.
like half my career in music, so it's okay.
The thing that sucked that day is the wind blew your PA over,
Yeah.
and like right in the middle of your set.
It was really that was awkward. I was like,
I was
I
like,
need
"Are you
to
serious?"
Do I
That-
still
No.
play? Or
Yeah.
Do I get up and pick it up or just keep going with this?
The you could just see the sound guy's heart breaking. He's like, "The wind just broke my speakers."
It was actually pretty funny seeing our old singer try to hop the fence. Though I actually got some good entertainment out
Wait,
of that.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So this was an outdoor thing
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
Rio
it's
Rancho
outdoor
High?
festival.
Oh,
For the
okay.
4th of July.
That was
Yeah.
Like out
okay.
in the practice fields of.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
know if they didn't have
last
anything
year?
this year.
or something.
Mhm.
Oh,
Any former bands? Anybody been in
Yeah,
former bands?
Yeah.
I've been in a few. Go ahead, Jordan.
I was in a band. I was the guitar player for Sweet Struggle, which they're still I would guess they're pretty strong still right now. And then I was in a band in Moriarty, which now they moved down over here, was So Say We All, which is part of Duke City Soundstage. I was
Jonathan
with
Anderson.
Jonathan
yeah.
Anderson.
And the other one was Kim. With Kim
Moreno.
Yeah, Kim Moreno.
And Tony.
And Tony Moreno.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I guess what really started me doing more of the band stuff is I ended up playing with John, because me and John are really good, decent friends, and I ended up helping him with Hit by a Bus a while back ago. So
I have that album.
Good,
I have one of them.
Good days. Detonator or the outside the band door?
Outside the band door.
That one's the best one.
It's a great one. Hey, you're back again. You're back again. We're back again.
Good morrow, friend.
There are more than one of us back again.
Up in that ass,
right.
like a dime bag of heroin that you're smuggling through the airport, you know?
Or like a
The
bomb.
heroin come in dime bags? Is
No,
that
they come in
accurate?
I don't know. No, I feel like
Buy a dime bag of H. Is that... Am I using the lingo right?
it's been so long since I've done heroin, like never.
Yeah.
Missed out on needles.
Yeah, you really missed out.
Yep. I mean, it would have been great to get, like, hepatitis.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We're talking about doing an intro for a song.
Talking about songs, bitch.
Hey, everybody. I'm Holiday Rob.
I'm Lucky Sapfoot.
And you're listening to The Problem with Everything.
Yup.
Up next, we have a track called Cinder by the band that is being interviewed currently right now that you're listening to, not at this moment, Modus Operandi.
It's meta as fuck, dude.
I know, right?
Right.
Getting right into
Cinder.
it. Yeah.
Modus Operandi.
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 Operandi. Is that Operandi? Am I saying that right?
All right.
Other than that, Zach, a couple.
I've been in a few bands. It was a jazz band with my some friends from college at Highlands University. We did a jazz band with our professor, and I played drums and bass, and it was a good gig. And then I also was in a band called Strings Attached. I played drums, and we had a lot of originals. We played a lot of covers too, and we had a pretty eclectic band. So it was a good time. It was a good time playing with them because that really got me like I don't know. I learned covers that I would never have learned, on drums. So it was just, I feel like it broadened my horizons playing with, and they were also older than me too. So so that was good. But yeah, then I came into the band with Daniel, which back then it was called Cynical Tendencies. And I came in and I was like, you guys know that there's a band called Suicidal Tendencies, right? And he's like, yeah, our bassist named the band, he knows that. And I'm like, yeah, well, that might have to change soon. It's just, it's not very marketable. But yeah.
What is a Pepsi, man?
Yeah.
That happened one time where
Pepsi.
someone was all, hey, I saw you guys' band, there's this giant sticker on the truck. And I was like, I don't think that was us.
Yeah, that's... yeah, I'd be like,
You guys are
so
legends,
hardcore,
man. You're so awesome. What'd you play
taking
in
the
your old
cred.
stuff?
You're all
Best
taking credit
band.
for the other bands.
You're like, yeah, well, we pretty much birthed the 90s punk scene in LA.
I'm
Yeah.
only 20.
So locals that you love to play with. Anybody?
Throw the Temple.
Throw the
Every
Temple.
time I play at them, I always have a good time, so.
I actually
This,
do like
the show tomorrow is the first night that I'm gonna be playing with you guys.
Yeah,
With them.
Rogues Beware have actually become like a new
A new fave.
like they're pretty cool.
They're fun. I did their photos.
Guys, I showed you guys them. Because I invited them on like
Yeah,
that
I mean,
show, yeah.
Good job, Jackie. We like it.
No, I go to like all their shows all the time.
And like we got kind of what's called a sister band. It's like I'm not saying we tolerate each other. I mean we're all pretty amicable friends, and it's it's a sweet struggle because we've been on a lot of gigs with them. A lot of cards.
Yeah,
where
we're kind
we
of
play together. So
helped us take off, really.
it's kind of like we help each other. If we need a band to fill.
one of the first gigs I played with Daniel was with Sweet Struggle at a house party, and they're like, we've known them since the day they got started. So yeah, we have a lot of fun playing with Sweet Struggle as well. Yeah. Who else?
Scarecrow Effect? I mean, we've
Yeah.
got some good shows with them,
But
too.
they're not.
Yeah, they're
they're
not
not
a band
anymore,
anymore,
though.
but they're
Oh.
they're starting up a new band, Halloween Paradigms. So
How long ago was that?
many moons ago.
You're just like, I mean, like, really, I was like, cause this is, I'm the virgin one of the group. Like, I've never been in any bands, so I don't have the prior experience.
You
so,
could say we're moving on up.
So, like, I was like, man, I never got the whole concept of bands. You see what you see, like, on television or movies.
Right.
And, to be actually on the other side of
And
it.
you're like, they must be part of a cult.
Didn't you say your first concert was only a couple years ago, right?
My first concert is when you went to go take me to go see Newfound Glory. That was my first concert
Yep.
ever. And then,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then we saw, for my bachelor party, we saw Chunk, the Captain Chunk. That was probably one of the coolest nights because then they played my favorite song from them. So that's the last song. That was really, really cool. So I like to go to more concerts and see more bands, but I hadn't done, I really hadn't done too much stuff like that. I'm not in a midlife crisis or anything. But
Kelly Clarkson should be here soon. I heard it on the radio. So,
So now being on the other side, you can be like, oh, the magic is gone.
well, it's not even that, but it's like, like you having a real appreciation for it. I never really thought how hard like musicians worked or what it took to put it together. You thought there was I thought it was a little bit easier than it was, and then when you actually start playing with people and you deal with 4 other personalities in yourself, and you see how
it never helps your credibility by having to say, I'm gonna go play guitar, I'm gonna go play a show, I'm gonna play whatever, and people are like, oh, well, they're playing, aren't they? No, we're hauling gear into places.
pretty much.
Nah,
I could see it.
Dude, I'm gonna just find one and make you one like that same Celine Dion. And
We
it'll
should-
be like, my heart will go on.
We should cover that.
No.
We'll cover Nickelback first.
Wow.
Oh man.
No, I'd rather still cover Celine Dion.
Raw spaghetti, man.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's the first time I ever lost it in practice.
That was
He's
pretty
like, I'd
graphic.
rather stick raw spaghetti in my pee hole than play Nickelback.
and snap it off, and then just play it.
Like he said that. I'm like, no.
Well, you wanted me to cover Lil Wayne, man. I was like,
Oh my god, no, we were talking about Nickelback. That's what you said.
oh, I thought it was Lil Wayne back then.
We were making fun of Lil Wayne.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, man, we should do a sound check to Nickelback. And you're like, I'd rather stick dried spaghetti in my pee hole than play Nickelback, dude. I fucking died. I was
man.
laughing for like 15
I just had
minutes.
to convey that
Yeah, you had a
sense
vein
of
pop out of your
disgust.
head.
Dude, I was like out of breath. I was on the floor. I was like, somebody says I'd rather like chew glass and stab myself in the face than listen to my.
I'd rather put a toothpick under my nail and kick a wall than. Just kidding.
That sounds painful.
I'd rather listen
Okay.
to Lil Wayne play guitar.
Oh yeah, that one. You win, Larry.
It's not even plugged in at the time, so it's fine. Oh my god.
Some bitch.
So bad.
Not missing too much there. All right, let's get back into it. This is Holiday Rob. The problem with everything. I'm here again with Modus Operandi. Is it Modus Operandi or Operandi?
Kind of like tomato. People say it both ways.
Yeah. I feel like either way. I feel like operandi is more Latin, more close to the Latin
But it'd
pronunciation.
be cool with us. You
but-
just call us Modus.
Yeah,
That's what
I
your
mean,
friends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
French speech,
If you're
right?
tight, it's
Whoa.
Modus.
It's Modus.
And-
So are you in the middle of recording your first studio album? Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, definitely.
Where are you recording it at?
We're gonna be maybe doing some tracks at Third Eye, and then we have some stuff down at Duke City Soundstage too. So I think between the two of them, we're gonna try to figure something out and get out some material good from the both. For
So-
the studios.
How many songs are you looking at? Maybe.
We're at least looking to do 10, maybe if possible, just 10 to 12. We were more looking to release an EP first and just get a quick 5 or 7 out.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, we'll just see when we get them down. We have a lot of resources at our disposal. It's just the time to get in the studio lately has been kind of
Who's
pain in the ass.
who's recording it, producing it? You guys or?
David McRae has helped us out with some stuff at Third Eye when we recorded Cinder, and also John too.
Yeah.
From Duke City Soundstage has also helped us out a lot at their studio. He helped us really take a look at some of our songs and listen to them better. Take better notice at what we're doing. So we're thankful for that too. But yeah, we're gonna try to get something out before the end of the year. Possibly November would be a good shoot for that. But
Yeah. You actually keep getting gigs. It's kind of nice.
yeah, so that's always good. Just we need to get that EP album out, and then go from there. We have a lot of resources that to play on out of state venues too. So we need to start capitalizing on that as well.
Yeah. That's the hard part. That's the hard part of being in a band. I mean, it's not the hard part. It's just the further it goes, the more things happen. So I think the thing is, not recording a huge album is kind of a smart thing at this point, because nobody buys albums anymore. It's downloads, or if they buy an album. But, I mean, if you have a CD, that never hurts.
Yeah.
We've sold Quietly Capped. We've sold infinitely more CDs on the road than we've ever sold anything online. We bought these download cards. We're you can get the whole album on your iPod, $2, or here's a CD.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you have anything that plays that anymore.
That's what kind of
One of
sucks
those.
now. Musicians thought Napster was bad in the 90s, and now it's
Everything.
that Pandora's box. of
Streaming,
music.
it's streaming, man.
You can pirate everything now.
Streaming is king.
You wouldn't download a car. Oh, it's you just wait, motherfucker.
I have my 3D printer.
It's already happened. There's a 3D printed car already out.
I feel like there's a trade-off too now. As much as the music industry is going to shit with sales, we have the internet to really help us out. So that's another. There's no excuse to get.
Which I mean, you guys only have like almost 2,400 likes on Facebook, so
yeah, that's a good measure of like.
That's quite a few.
Yeah, and Reverb Nation's pretty cool. I think Reverb Nation's even cooler than Facebook. I mean, only for the sole fact that like, it really gives like a broad audience to your band, and we get like comments from people in like Italy. We had the Nigerian prince commenting on our shit and like wanted to meet up.
$500.
He kept talking to me. I was the one messaging him, but he apparently thought it was Jackie talking to him. Because he kept like saying that he wanted to do like a Skype, and I was like, no,
oh
this.
My God.
Like, and I was like, and like at first I thought he was serious, so I was like, okay, if this guy's cool, I don't mind, But he's like, no, just you, no one else. Oh, man.
Wear your best leather pants.
Send money quick. I need Skype account.
Have you ever been to Dubai? You should come to Dubai.
I got this $100 million, but I need $500.
So yeah, Facebook's good. Facebook's good for like local like people that we're actually gonna interact with. But
Yeah.
I feel like Reverb Nation extends your band farther because we've had like people. A lot of Italian people have been responsive to our band.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like
Holy
weird
shit.
that what I've seen is like a lot of people that liked us on Reverb Nation from Italy liked us on Facebook as well. There's actually a band in Italy that likes us too. They're called For Some Wild Reason, and they're about our age. They play like they're hardcore, kind of like metal, but they really like Modus and what we do. So I guess like, hey, I mean,
we're different, but we're not so different that I think we turn people off. It's just kind of like, I wonder.
I have to say when we play
Red Pill or
you
Blue
need
Pill.
Snowflake.
in the bar or anything like that, you hear this, and then we play and they're like.
oh
And
man.
they actually stop and like really like listen to them.
Like,
So they actually like
ban you.
look in that. So you just see them. I've seen them like have their beer in the hand and like kind of like walk up front and like
We're
I
gonna
can
make
actually
you
get
all
up close to you and not like get really deaf. And then just like sit there and drink and then sit there and enjoy and then like go out and dance or do whatever. So it's really really cool that way. And then when we're done playing, it goes back to the and then they just run away again most of the times. But scatter.
We're gonna make you get in touch with your softer side on this one. That was funny. We played a Duke City Soundstage gig with it was like a metal night, and they were awesome bands. And we went on first. It was Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty cool because like these guys that are like following us up are heavy as fuck. So I mean, it's funny. We have a softer song in our set, and playing it was just funny to play to that crowd because it's a more heartfelt song. So it was just funny to like see that crowd like react to it, and they seem like they dug it too. But it's just funny.
It's like almost like a forbidden fruit. Like I said, it's almost like people are not. I'm not saying afraid, but it's almost like like, should I like this?
Next person to say MO gets hockey punched.
So shirt over the head.
Hey guys, what's that band with the black bassist?
Oh, that was probably one of the funniest things. When Tim's a pretty cool promoter, and he's like, "Hey, don't you play in that other band?" I was like, "Huh?" He's like,
Stem Ivory.
He's like, yeah, and I was like, "Nah, man." Like that dude, like seriously, he's another black guy that plays bass, but he's like 6'3".
I know we're in New Mexico and there's not a lot, but
And I was like, "Sorry, Tim, we all don't look like that's not what I meant." I'm like, "That's exactly what you meant because you thought I played in another band." I was like, "No." Oh, it's too funny. Not to get too serious, but the cool thing playing in the band is like I haven't really dealt with any of those stereotypes. Like people like respect the instruments, respect what we play. So I haven't had to deal with like, why aren't you like down there at like the TI concert? But it's like they all we don't have to deal with the real big stereotypes. We're a pretty diverse band as it is.
Yeah.
Like a bag of Chex Mix. So.
It's a fun thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just nice. It's fun to play music, and it's better than just sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So what's the future looking like for Modus Operandi?
We're gonna be opening up for like all kinds of people. We're gonna be famous and just like put New Mexico on the map, and we're just gonna make all kinds of money.
That was the most probably.
He just took it farther than I
Yeah,
would.
that was.
I'm like,
right out of the gate.
They're all like, we're gonna put us on the map. I'm like,
The only reason,
Sure.
the only reason I say that is that I think we like anybody has the potential. Like I think any band has the the potential and drive. But like honestly, like I, not to just like toot our own horns. Like I actually believe that like it might actually happen. Somebody might listen to us and somebody might want to sign us. We had a little deal where somebody tried to pick us up already. So it to me it's like it's not impossible. It might be highly improbable. It might not happen, but
But as long as you have your towel, everything will work out.
Yes, it will work out. I think it can happen. Whether it does or not, but I think the potential is there to happen. Well, the potential is there for it to happen, and that's good enough for me. Whether it does or not, but I believe the talent that we have in our band, that it's special.
Well, and again with like the changing climate of like everything. As far as like music being digitized and that's not really your product anymore. Your product is your show, is you putting on a good show, which
That's your one way to show the crowd, hey, we're not just playing a backing track or
right. And it's your one thing that kind of like will give somebody the experience, because like music is ephemeral. It doesn't last. It happens. You're experiencing it, and then it's
a
gone.
quick love kind of thing, and you put it just back on the shelf, and then it just collects dust because you find the next best thing. It's just like people's new instrument right now is the laptop,
or the smartphone.
Yeah, that, and there's no creativity on it. You go to a show like that, which I'm not like dissing any like techno or anything like that, because it's a great crowd out there too. People go out and have fun and dance on it, but that's just like me.
But it's better
a
with
CD.
drugs, right?
Yeah, always.
Like all the EDM kids and all that stuff out there.
Give me some E, man. But like exactly, like if you go to that, the show isn't on the stage; it's the crowd on there, which is the same thing with the rock group on it too. But you actually get to see something more on stage. It's not sounding like you're playing the CD on it and everyone's just listening it with you going around. It's more enjoyable because there's some other elements that get thrown in.
It's being made in front of you.
Exactly.
Things are being made in front of you.
It's SNL, like Saturday Night Live. Like those guys have to do that whole thing live. And somebody might say the wrong lines, or there's an improv.
And that's some of their best moments too, when they screw up.
Scripted, so.
Yeah, definitely that spontaneity of performing in front of a crowd, and just the
other night, like my guitar pick decided to hit the string and and just fly off. And it's fun, we reach back and I think we overcome adversity or problems or things that don't go our way like during the set, and we still manage to take care of it and have fun.
You say that and I throw 7 sticks in one song, so you're like, what hit my leg? I'm like, that was me.
Yeah. I thought Jackie hit me. I'm like, she's all over them. I'm like, what did she hit me for? And I'm like, Jordan's like, get my stick. I'm like,
It's like, Jordan, you hit that guy.
I was like, oh my god, dude, it's way over here.
You hit that guy in STEM Ivory.
Yeah, right. I'm the guy from STEM Ivory. No, not really.
Oh shoot! So upcoming shows that you have? Anything coming up? Gigs?
Tomorrow
night, Launchpad with Otherwise. We have an art fight at Tractor Brewing, Wiles Park, Tractor Brewing.
Okay.
On 4th. And
what time does that start at?
Starts at 7. I have the flyer here, but yeah, it starts at 7. It's an art fight.
Obviously, no cover since it's Wells.
I'm thinking there's no cover.
No, there's usually no cover when we do art fight or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's just pretty much drink a beer and go vote for your favorite picture, really.
We have a show coming up September 12th at the Compound, which we've never played there before.
Holy shit, the Compound is still a thing?
Yeah.
The Compound 2 now.
It's the
Compound 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, holy
that one on set, the one they have on
no more. It's too funny.
It's risen from the ashes.
No, that's great. That's great. Because so many venues just like come and disappear, and you're like, that was such a cool moment. That was such a cool couple months. Well, let's wrap it up. Is there any last things you'd like to say? Any last words of wisdom to pass on to the listeners out there?
There are all the people that come out and listen to us. So appreciate it. Jackie's been quiet the whole night.
Why are you pointing at me?
The vocalist who doesn't say anything.
She's gotta save it. She's gotta save that. Harness her chi later on.
This voice.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Go all Super Saiyan.
She just painted her hair gold.
She just goes Super Saiyan level 3. Boom!
Her hair gets even longer. It's all blonde. It has highlights going up through.
People were like, holy crap.
Her lyrics are spitting gold bars.
I don't even understand this language. It's beautiful.
From power levels over 9,000.
It's incredible.
As you can see, we're a bunch of dummies, so.
Yeah, why not? Hell, have a good
Yeah,
time with it.
Exactly. Like, this is the best part of being in this band,
I
really.
know. It's all the bad jokes.
Yeah,
All the inappropriate jokes.
definitely.
It's the fact that we get to be real with each other.
Right.
for the most part, so.
Hipsters can pretend to be cool. The rest of us now get to be ourselves.
You're glad I don't have my scarf.
I'm wearing my glasses with no lenses in them.
I carry my vinyl player with me everywhere, and it has a headphone port.
I've wearing the same door for 3 years. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, guys and girl.
Mm-hmm.
Lady and gents.
Very nice.
It was good to have you. Hopefully we can get some, I don't know, do you have any demo tracks or anything?
Right. Yeah, actually we do.
Yeah,
Do we have
okay.
any CDs left? Do you have one in your car?
I have one in my
we
bag.
were gonna make some more CDs later. Is the thing.
We do have a demo track.
Yeah.
Yeah, our song Cinder is online.
It's on online.
Apple,
iTunes,
Spotify.
Reverb
Is it on
Nation,
Spotify?
Yep, it's on everything.
Yeah.
Well, we can play it as part of the podcast. So what we do is usually like intro with a song, and then we'll
Yeah,
like break
go
it
ahead.
up and have like
Do it.
other songs on there. So
It's
You can just play my part and then just leave them out. It's fine.
Yeah.
and then that's
Just have the
it.
beat. Just have the beat. That's
It's like an
it.
intro riff.
But he's doing boats and hose over.
Prestige worldwide.
Actually, I do have one in my car, so yeah, I'll bring it in.
Awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Dan's always prepared. I love
Well, thanks. We'll start this time from right to left and saying goodbye. Start with you, Zach.
All right. Well, goodbye, podcast world. We'll talk to you again soon.
Daniel.
By Albuquerque, Stay Classy from Daniel.
Good grief. Oh my god. Later on, interrupts. Guys, have a good night. Thanks for listening.
I'm playing. Bye.
Bye.
This is Holiday Rob. That was Modus Operandi, and this is The Problem with Everything. Thank you.
Very nice.
You know, whatever. Anyway.
We could do this as our outro. This could be our outro. We could just
Ow.
be like, hey, that's it. Or do you end on a? We don't usually end on a song, I guess. Do we sometimes?
Well, I think we always do.
Okay,
That's the way it works.
I like that. I like being bookended.
Do you
by
even
music.
listen to our podcast, bro?
Clearly not all the way.
Yeah.
Do you even
That's
lift?
alright. No one else does either.
Usually what happens is I'll get distracted and I'll be like, that was good. And then I'll want to get back to it. But then, like The Bachelor's on. Why would I not participate in that awful,
The Bachelor.
disgusting...
Hey, if you're still listening to this far into it, you send me an email at lokisapfoot@gmail.com, and I will take bids for my soul, for my mortal soul.
Sweet.
So if you're still listening to this,
We should do
I'll
like a-
sell you my soul if the bid is right. So there you go.
I don't think we have any guests planned for next week, but your eternal soul is definitely a pretty sweet...
Yeah, it's up
basement.
for grabs. What's up, motherfucker? This Loki Sapfoot, bitch. Hi, I'm Loki Sapfoot, and it's good to be gently massaging your inner ear hole with my sultry voice. Yeah. We're gonna play a song now for your listening pleasure by a band called Batwings for Lab Rats. You might have heard of them.
I know those guys! I was one of them!
Yeah, and you saw better. You realized it was a dead end road.
Rock and roll is over.
Rock is dead. Let it go. But here's a track from the dying throes of rock and roll. It's called Privatized Survival by One Batwings for Lab Rats. It was like a Rod Serling thing or something. I don't fucking know.
Right.